Why is a bulk of the taxpayer funding going to a police department that, quite frankly, unfortunately, just gives you a police report and says, have a good day?
The past 2 weeks, I've seen more being done in the city of Memphis than I have versus the 25 plus years I've been here.
Just because we have this over policing does not mean that crime is going to go down once they leave.
Memphis, Tennessee has been dealing with a serious crime problem. So the National Guard was deployed to Memphis and they arrived on October 10th. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to hear from some residents on how they felt about the crime before the National Guard arrived. And then I'm going to move on to their immediate reactions once they arrived. And then we're going to transition to how they're feeling now after the National Guard has been there a while. And of course, as we go, I'm going to pause it and give my opinions and my thoughts along the way. And I ask that you give your thoughts down in the comment section. So let's get into the video.
So one thing that I learned about living in Memphis, don't watch the news, don't download the news app, no nothing, don't do it. Cause I kid y'all not, I had the news app on my phone and all day, every day, it was a shooting. Girl, when I watched the news, baby, it was a shooting. So now, we gotta figure out where the fuck else we finna go. Cause baby, I'm not re-signing this lease in September. Gotta get the fuck ASAP. And don't get me wrong, it's not like this crime just started. Shit, it's Memphis. First 48. But it's way different from when I was driving here back and forth almost every day doing Uber and Lyft versus living here. I've been here since October living here. And I don't know.
I don't know if he was trying to laugh through his hurt and pain. But you know, sometimes that's what people do to avoid, you know, crashing out mentally and really falling apart. They use laughter to help them cope, I guess you can say that. So you know, that might be what he was doing. That's what, you know, what all the laughter was about. But I think what he was saying was very, very serious. And yeah, I don't think he re-signed that lease.
Those was actual gunshots
Okay, so
that
yeah,
time.
those was gunshots right there. I just had to edit this video because one of the guys that was shooting out the gun like walked in front of the camera. I'm like, oh my God. So to all of y'all saying those are fireworks, those are gunshots.
I hope this reaches every single TikTok user on the planet. And I hope that this reaches the governor of Tennessee. Hello, I know you don't know me, but you will know me by the end of this video. I guarantee you. I'm a first-year PhD student here in Memphis, and I'm quite frankly appalled, disappointed, and scared for my life. Why is it that I'm living in a city where the level of vehicle theft has gone up by 155%? You heard me right, 155%, and you can definitely check my sources because I've made sure to do all of my research. I have been a student here for 14 weeks, and in the matter of time here, I've had my car broken into, I've been catcalled, and I have had to walk half a mile every day from and to my car just so I can go get my education. And that is because the apartment complex that I live in, unfortunately, is way too expensive for the paycheck that I have as a graduate student. I only make so much money a month to be able to cover all of the basic needs, and that is it. I understand that as a PhD student, I have lots of privilege as a person in this country, in this community, and as a human being as well. So I'm not just speaking for myself here because I'm all about self-advocacy and advocacy and liberation of other folk. I'm so sick and tired of seeing people who are in need on the street, especially when it's 41 degrees outside. Why is it that these people are on the street, on the corners, and we constantly do not do anything about it as citizens, and we don't do anything about it in relation to the government? Why is a bulk of the taxpayer funding in the state of Tennessee going to a police department that, quite frankly, unfortunately, just gives you a police report and says, have a good day? All cops are not essentially to blame for the situation because, again, it's all embedded in a system of whiteness and a system of anti-blackness. There are good police officers, I will say that, because there was one that came through for me and essentially crossed paths with me when God needed it the most and when I needed to the most. But what I am saying, and what I am not dismissing by any means necessary, is the fact that we have people who are just out roaming around with guns like it's water at this point. I'm concerned for my safety as a student. I'm concerned for my safety as a woman. I'm concerned for my safety as a Black woman.
Now, she uploaded this video. I'm gonna probably put dates on these early videos, but she uploaded this video November 28th of 2023. So this was how she was feeling then about everything. Now, I have also done a little research myself, going to the Memphis Police Department's website and looking at, I think what they call a level 1 crimes. I'll probably put it on the screen, but all the level 1 crimes have went up from 2023 to 2024, I think it was. It went up. So she is talking about it went up from 22 to 2023. So it kept rising. So yeah, that is a problem. And that would make me scared if things continue to rise, crime rates continue to rise, and I don't see any action being taken. I would be scared too.
Oh, they got him messed up, y'all. Boy, you better be quiet for pull something up. Oh, shoot! Oh, shoot! Oh, no! We gotta go. Shoot! Dang! He shot it.
The thing that the thing that stood out to me in this video is that she was laughing and running. That makes me think she's used to it. That it's a normal day. Like she has on the screen, regular day. It's a regular day. It's normal. Like, it feels like if it didn't happen, if she went out and there was no shooting, it would feel weird. And that's not how it should be.
It is so crazy that I was just sitting here and I literally heard a woman scream from the top of her fucking lungs. You understand? I mean, talking about screaming. The man is in there beating the dog shit out of her. So, okay, I call 911. I call 911 at 5:15 a.m. It is 5:56. Have not one police car in Memphis, Tennessee have pulled up and checked on this woman to the point now she have stopped screaming. It is quiet as hell in their room, and I am very scared for her right now because the way how she was screaming, it was not a joke. It was not a joke. So for me to call 911 and get them involved, and you telling me at 5:15 all the way to 5:57, now one police pulled up.
This is like, I gathered so many clips for this that I couldn't use. And a lot of them I found were talking about things like this, where the police in Memphis weren't doing their job, weren't even trying to do their job. And if the police aren't doing their job and crime rate is increasing year after year, you need something. You need something to happen to get it in order. And the National Guard is what was chosen to come and try to, get everything in order. But let's keep going, man.
Watch.
Gotcha.
Please spell your name for me.
My name is Yolanda, Yolanda. Get down. Just stay down and get down. That's okay. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Just stay down and get down. No, they're coming back.
Okay.
You okay, Jay? Thank you, Lord, for the blood of Jesus that cover us. Thank you, Father, for the blood of Jesus. Thank you, Lord. All right. We should be all right. Drive by. Yep. You saw it, the black car?
You can see the playground equipment where children play there.
And you can see and hear the difference. Yolanda, it lives there. The cameraman or the reporter, whoever that was behind the camera, doesn't. You could see how she was calm and calming him down, and the fearfulness that he had, because he's not used to that. And I would have been the same. I would have been right along with him.
If you ain't from Memphis and you run across this video, let me give you a rundown for just this. Like, it ain't even Friday. Let me give you a rundown of just this week as to why Memphis is the #1 deadliest city in the whole motherfucking United States. All right, you're going to start from the top. So 5 young men tried to rob somebody for their shoes out there and it ended up turning into gunfire being exchanged. This is not the early 2000s. Like, you can't be trying to rob nobody for their shoes, baby. People work hard for that, and they gon' protect it because they want it. Damn, over there off of New Getwell, there was a man who had to be rescued by the fire department because he was found hanging off that little Passover right there. I don't know if he was about to take his life and then change his mind at the last, but he was rescued and he was saved. Another thing, girl, how about a utility worker end up going to a little small little wooded area in the neighborhood because they was about to lay like some little wires down or whatever, end up finding a headless body that was mostly decomposed out there in the little small little wooded area. Right, I know. A young boy was crossing the street on Winchester and he ended up getting struck by a car, and the person that hit him left. A grocery store was robbed. Honey, a family was robbed outside their house while doing home repairs. A family, a man, his wife, and his child was outside. A group of men ended up walking up towards the house and robbed them. Like Memphis, I don't know what y'all got going on, but baby, we got a little son and it just started. Please don't start this shit. A pastor, his name was Ricky Floyd. He was unalived after being shot in the downtown Memphis area. And there was said allegedly that he was having relations with a woman. I don't really remember what her name, but I do know that she has been arrested and is currently being charged with his unalived. Baby, Memphis is on. 2-year-old was hit by a car out there in the Parkway Village area. Unfortunately, the 2-year-old did succumb to her injury and she did end up passing away. Memphis, baby, don't stop, baby. It ain't even spring for real. Like, this how we behave. Like, pray for the city, y'all. I don't know what wickedness, what demonic shit is over the city of Memphis. Please pray for this city. It is not even Friday and all of this stuff has. This not even all. This is just the little shit that I found out. Memphis, we got to do. We need something for these young men. We need something for these young ladies. We need some more jobs. We need something because the fact that all these shootings and unalivement has happened and the sun's just now starting to come out. I pray for this city, man.
Somebody got a sweet tattoo. Damn. It's Memphis for y'all.
Man, I don't understand these young boys today. I don't, man. Because a lot of this crime mess is not about money. It's not about money. It's about territory or whatever else they beefing over. Like it's not getting you any money though. I don't understand. Respect don't provide. You know what I mean? Like respect. People because people fear you, it does nothing for your pockets. Nothing. I don't understand it, man.
Listen, I just watched on CNN where Donald Trump signed the executive order for the National Guard to come to Memphis. Y'all better watch your asses now. It's going to be a blessing and a curse, because it's going to be a blessing for all the ones that sick of all this crime and shit, but it's going to be a curse for the people. The good, semi-law-abiding citizens, but you ain't got no license or no insurance, and you riding around with unregistered tools in your car and shit. It ain't gonna be good. Now I'm telling you, y'all got to be careful. Ride with somebody that's fully legit. Like me, I ain't gonna be worried about the ass. I got license, insurance, everything I supposed to have, honey. Cause I don't need the police and nobody else saying shit to me. Now, y'all get this shit together now. Have a blessed day.
And another clip that I came across that I can't use was a guy talking about the DMV in Memphis is so backed up that they can't get, the stuff they need, the car registration, the licenses and all that. And that Memphis police has been letting them get away with it. But the National Guard step in and they pulling those people over. I don't know if that's true. That's just what the guy said. Anybody in Memphis who can validate that or tell me I'm wrong about that, let me know in the comments. But that was just something I came across.
Man, them folks talking about Trump ass finna send the motherfucking National Guards here, cuz. In Memphis, cuz. Then they talking about we finna go on curfew for real. You hear me? I can tell the future, cuz I been said this shit. Man, them folks ain't bullshitting, fool. Them folks said they finna shut Memphis down. Where the fuck we gonna go? Where we gonna go, fool? By hell, dog.
And everybody that's in the Memphis, Tennessee area, they been running from the police for a long time and ain't got your motherfucking warrants and all that shit taken care of. Baby, suspended license, speeding, no seatbelt, driving without a motherfucking permit to carry that motherfucking weapon that you been carrying around every motherfucking day with you on the road. Baby, they gonna ride your ass. Now is the time to get your motherfucking funds put up for when they motherfucking take your ass to intake, you will be able to get out. Because if you don't have the funds put up, baby, I don't know how long your ass gonna be sitting there, but they not finna bullshit with you. They not playing with y'all. So y'all better take heed, baby. They just arrested over 1,000 people that been running from the police for years. Been on the run for years. They finally caught up with their ass, pulled them over in a traffic stop. And y'all wondering why they in traffic. Because y'all ass people done made it worse for the people that's trying to get by now. Y'all been running for years on murder cases and domestic violence charges and battery and all, stealing, all kind of charges, baby. They finna ride your ass and put the car in impound, baby. What you gonna do? Y'all better get y'all shit together, cause baby, these motherfucking people that's in Memphis, these FBI agents that unmarked cars is not bullshit. If you're driving dirty and you've been driving dirty, baby, you better stay at home.
Yeah, that's nothing but facts right there. They're not coming to just let people slide on stuff. A lot of times when police pull people over and, it's something small, they can't take everybody in. They can't arrest everybody because, it'll be too much for them. So they have to let some people slide. But if you got all these extra people, FBI and and all these other people, National Guard coming in, you got enough people. So everybody can be picked up now. So yeah. They got enough, They got enough workers to take in everybody now. So yeah, let's go.
If you're a gang member in Memphis, Tennessee, you better retire right now because the feds have just unleashed 200 federal agents in your city. This is called the Memphis Safe Task Force. They released 200 federal agents, FBI, DEA, ATF, all that. They're trying to make the city of Memphis safer, so they're releasing all these agents to take over and stop crime. They already started arresting people and getting greedy. You might be thinking you're selling to the home, you're selling to a customer, whole time you're going to be selling to an FBI agent. Over 200 agents are in your city right now. So anything you got going on in Memphis, anything, just stop. The mayor is mad. He said this is an invasion of the public. But the feds don't give a fuck. They're tired. They're tired of Memphis being a shithole, so they're there to control shit. No, it might lead to racial profiling, so a lot of people in the community are scared about that. That it might target black neighborhoods and just start attacking people. You know how it go, man. The normal shit. This is nothing new. My question is, damn, the feds can actually just come into a city even if the mayor doesn't ask and just start controlling shit? So who really runs the city? Does the mayor run the city or does fucking Washington, D.C. run the city? My main problem with this is that we're not solving the root issue. We're talking about drugs, guns, and this is all product from poverty. Why don't we try to fix Memphis, get Memphis out of poverty, and we won't have these occurrences? Instead, it's just like political shadow, like, oh yeah, we went to Memphis and we stopped all these violent offenders and shit like that and all these people buying guns and shit. Well, that doesn't change shit. The next people up are just gonna buy guns too. Like, what the fuck? Instead, we could, you know, enrich the communities, get the, you feel me, the vibes to change from killing and shit to, okay, let's make this money, okay, there's opportunity, okay, this, that, and the third. But this just looks like a political psyop, if you ask me. What problems are this really solving? But hey, man, let me know what you think. Do you guys think this is a good idea or a bad idea? And what do you think the outcome would be? Do you think the community would get better or worse?
I hope this is just step one. Like, I hope this is just step one. Because, like he said, providing them with something. You can't just come in, make all these arrests, and then leave. And that's the full process of it, you know. Helping the community financially, creating jobs in the community, in the city, something has to happen because this can't be it. Because if you just arrest all these people, make all these arrests, and then get up and go, and that's it, they just gonna start back up again because they still in the same city dealing with the same struggles. You know, a lot of crime does start from poverty. You know, is it an excuse? No, I'm not saying it's an excuse because it's not. You know, there's no excuse for committing a crime. But that's the condition some people are living in. And they choose crime because of their circumstances. You know, there's some people who just choose it just because they want to do it. All right. But then there's others that say, hey, what else am I going to do?
Hey, let me tell y'all something who got a problem with how these folks running down here. Listen, as long as they still letting us do what we supposed to be doing every day, who gives a fuck? Yeah, they're gonna go into black communities. Where else is the fucking crime taking place? I'm so glad I moved away from Parkway Village. You think I want to live there? Where else is the whatever army, whatever they are, National Guard supposed to go? They're not going to sit in Germantown and Cordova and Carterville and all these other places y'all talking about. Why would they sit there? Why? I'm getting so tired of this conversation of, oh, they racist, they profiling black and brown. No, they looking for them Hispanics probably under the table, acting like they ain't here for them, and crime. So, of course, they're going to go in those communities. What do you expect? Y'all act like y'all want help, but y'all don't really want no freaking help. And then, another thing. If the news and everybody's talking crap about them, of course we're going to have a bad outlook on them, on what's going on. Everybody is saying something slick every time you turn around, but always want their hand out. That's why Memphis is ran how it's ran now. People don't really want no help. People don't really want no help. And the people in Memphis, the politicians, Mayor Young, the police chief, all of them, Harris, all of them, they don't want to make anything different. They don't even want to clean up Memphis. So, I mean, what do you expect? Like, stop. Stop with the comments. Please stop acting like this won't turn out good if we just do what we supposed to do. And even if it's not, who gives a damn? And they can't mess it up more than what it already is messed up, to be honest, in my opinion. And life really ain't never gonna change for black people. And that's a whole, how I feel, and that's a whole nother video. But let's stop. Who cares? Let these people do what they supposed to do. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, A to B, why do you care? Like I said, the only people probably really scared is the Hispanic community. I'm sorry for y'all, but I mean, that's a different view. I'm not gonna get into my political viewpoints because y'all probably really hate me then if I get to talking like that. But yeah, do what you're supposed to do. A to B people, you're fine. Like I said, I know who's really complaining, and the people who is complaining is the people that bye.
But yeah, man, like if you live in Memphis and you're mad at the president at the president for sending the National Guard, then you should be extra mad at the local government of Memphis, who have had years to do something, and they haven't. And this is the result of that. So if you're mad at the president, you got to be mad at the mayor of Memphis and everybody who's under him. Like, for real. Like, you can't be mad at the president and not at your local government officials. I'm just saying.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I just wanted to say thank you so much for just hearing me and understanding me as an American citizen and a human being as to why I am extremely happy that the National Guard is here in Memphis. Now, just to give you a little context, again, I'm a lifelong Memphian. I'm also by way of Chicago as well, but I'm a lifelong Memphian. I stay in the Whitehaven area. I've been in the Whitehaven area practically my whole life. And I moved to a different part of Whitehaven. And yes, it is very dangerous. Again, I've been here for 5 years. 5 years. So let me walk you down a little bit of the things that I've been experiencing in my area of Whitehaven, in my hood. First up, you got Ebony Littlejohn. As you can see by this posted, I was in my home for literally a year when one night I just happened to see SWAT and a whole bunch of other cars pull up in my neighborhood. I could not leave my home. I had to put all of my kids inside because this lady decides she wants to get drunk and kill her husband. This was literally right across the street from me. Let's move on. This happened in 2023, where Mavis Christian Jr. decides to want to go on a killing spree, ending it right around the corner from my house, killing his sister. I distinctly remember coming home from work and not being able to get on my block because there were so many police out there. I couldn't even get to my home because of this incident. Officer Joseph McKinney. As you can see, this happened in 2024. He was serving a warrant on the back street of where I live, and some teenagers killed him. This was a horrible night in my neighborhood. This story right here, I could step outside, and this house, you can see right from my home. I heard over 30 shots. 30. A grandmother, a child, and the mother all were victims in this shooting. Right after that incident, they then make a left and go right up the street, shoot and kill someone in their yard, point blank, a young lady, by the way. And as you can see, that just happened this year. And trust me, when I say that there has been way other incidents that has happened in my community, there has been plenty. Just like this incident a few weeks ago, prior to everything kicking off, as you can see someone running from the side of my house trying to steal my neighbor's bike. I've had burglaries that have happened, people that have stolen things from not only from my neighbor's home, but from my home as well. I can't speak for every street, but yes, I hear gunshots, and I hear gunshots all the time. So for those that feel a certain way about my comments on why I'm happy that the National Guard is here, baby, let me tell you something. I don't care. You haven't walked a mile in my shoes. You don't live in my neighborhoods. You don't know what I've experienced. So yes, this is a huge relief for me. One thing about my people, one thing about Black people, is that we need to be accountable. Feds only show up when things are not happening. And for years, Memphis has been out of control. In the past 2 weeks, I've seen more being done in the city of Memphis than I have versus the 25 plus years I've been here. And that says a lot. And who's responsible for it? The President of the United States. So again, yes, thank you, Trump, for the assistance. Again, if you feel some kind of way, be sure to tell Pookie, Ray Ray, and Little Pistol Starter, y'all kids that's been causing the issues here in the city, continue to have them to sit their asses down. Then maybe the National Guard wouldn't be here. So as I said before, make Memphis great again.
Man, like, there's crime in every city. You know, there's no place you could go unless you in the backwoods country city that even there's crime there, but there's crime in every city. But who else, what other city can you say that you've had 4 or 5 incidents? It's right on your very block. How many of us can say that? Dang, man.
Man, I'm scared than a motherfucker. They got these out here. Shit. Man, somebody just got pulled over by me, cool. I want to show y'all so bad, but I'm scared. They deep as fuck. Look, these niggas ain't playing and unmarked. I snumped that shit. Every last one of them. Hold on. Man, I swear to God, I'm scared as hell. And it ain't even me being pulled over, but I'm scared as fuck. They looking in the cars and everything. Check them out.
Sure, yeah.
Check them out. Oh, shit. I'm finna get the fuck. I'm finna go up in this store, though. I ain't gonna lie, that got me fucked up. And I'm going out the other door. Fuck that. Y'all can have it. I just want my food. I'm hungry. I just want something to eat, goddamn. These just pulled up 4-5 car deep for this one car. I swear to God. Man, y'all stay safe out there, cool. Please stay safe, cuz I ain't gonna lie. This shit scary than a motherfucker. I hate the police, on God. Stay safe, though.
Wait, so let me get this correct. The National Guard was in Memphis for a little under a week, right? And you mean to tell me they made 272 arrests and found 71 illegal guns? In Memphis? In Memphis? And Trump said that the Memphis Police Department was not a part of the Safe Task Force that he sent into Memphis. So you mean to tell me they've been there under a week and they found and seized 73 illegal guns, but Memphis Police Department is in Memphis every day and they don't find any weapons? They don't make any arrests linked to the illegal guns that they said these people were having? Because that's what I'm confused on. So you mean to tell me it takes the National Guard to come into Memphis to actually make a change? Or the people that's already in Memphis don't want to make a change? It's one of the two, because I don't see how the hell they've been there in under a week. Man, I'm not buying that.
So is he saying the numbers are lies I don't know if that's what he meant by he's not buying it. But you know, I mean, they could tell us what they want to tell us. You know, but arrests have to be, um, you know, public. You know, so that's something that can be looked up. So I don't know if they would lie about that. So you know, but you know, somebody can look it up and fact check it, and you know, I ain't got that kind of time. So but yeah, it can be looked up in public records. Arrests are public records, so you know, somebody look that up.
Some of y'all might get mad at me, and at this point I don't give a damn. I'm not into politics. I'm not into all of that extra stuff that people be losing their life over. I ain't into all that. We human, whatever. But I will say thank you to Trump for bringing these National Guards and doing what they doing down here in Memphis right now. You know, for the first time in 5 years. I've been in my home for 5 years. And for the first time, my kids have been able to play in the backyard and be able to do it comfortably. I haven't heard a gunshot in 2 weeks. I haven't seen strange people walk up and down the street. Just a few weeks ago, I had somebody walk on the side of my house. None of that action's going on. I haven't seen no young YNs at the store posted. I haven't seen an Infinity fly past me in weeks. I'm sitting on my porch right now, and I'm watching kids outside playing. People outside walking with their kids, stuff I ain't never seen before living in my neighborhood. But all because we feel safe in this environment, unfortunately because of the things that are happening here in the city. I hate it had to be this way, but I'm happy. I'm happy. Honestly, I truly feel that this is just a band-aid to the problem. I don't think this is going to completely fix everything.
Right.
But to have a moment of peace, just thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, like I said, this is just a band-aid. Like I said earlier, this has to be step one. This can't be, you know, the end all be all, because it's, you know, it's gonna be back again. You know, once the National Guard and the FBI and everybody leave, if things aren't put in place to continue this, it's gonna return. The crime is gonna return. It's gonna rise again. So hopefully they have a bigger plan, and this is just step one.
So, if you didn't know, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I currently live in Memphis, Tennessee. And the president, along with the Tennessee governor, has decided to send in the National Guard, ICE, the FBI, the U.S. Marshals, the Tennessee Highway Patrol, and pretty much all of the alphabet entities to our city in a sense to take our city back from crime. Now, don't get me wrong. Our city has its problems, and crime, you know, is out of hand. I will say that. But at the end of the day, the way that they're going about it is not solving the problem. In fact, the way that they're going about it is terrorizing the citizens who do not commit crime and just live in the city. And the reason why I say that is because every morning they are pulling people over in mass droves, and not just simply, you know, getting behind a person and pulling them over. They are traffic, like felony stop, pulling people over. They're pulling up multiple cars. They're hopping out with, you know, they're these like crazy military weapons. Like it's really terrifying, and it's insane, you know, to expect a person to go on with their day after having an interaction like that. And you know, I'm saying that from this perspective of, you know, I live here. I've seen
crime, you know, and I've seen it get to a certain point where, you know, something has to be done. But at the same time, this isn't the avenue to do it. And I feel like if you truly want to change a place like Memphis, you would put opportunities here. You would, you know, invest in the communities. You would create, you know, places and avenues where people don't have to commit crime to, you know, get, you know, the ends meet at the end of the day. Like, you create, you know, incentives or programs so kids don't have to roam the streets and find themselves into, you know, a negative situation. Those are the things that you do when you want to curb a problem and turn it around. You don't send every troop you can, because at the end of the day, you're just over policing. You're over policing, racially profiling, and basically agitating the situation. You're not really fixing it. And it's crazy that the governor has sent these troops in when just a couple of years ago, the governor made it legal for anyone to get a firearm. Like, you didn't need any credentials. Like, he signed off on it. Like, if you had a name and, you know, a will to get one, you could walk into the store and get one and probably buy bullets in the same place. And I find that crazy that, you know, he signed that into law, and now he's trying to curb a gun problem or a weapon problem by throwing troops at it. Like, I don't get it. I honestly, truly don't get it. I feel like if you truly want to change, you know, Memphis, and if you truly have, you know, the heart that you say that you do, like, you would invest in the community. And it's crazy because a lot of the local leaders are asking for this very thing, but they are being overlooked. And now it just leads us to a certain point where, you know, we're being over policed. Like, it's really a harassing thing to wake up in the morning and not know, you know, if these people are going to get behind you and just, you know, make your day, you know, the worst one that you've had. Like, it's insane. Like, I just don't get it. And it's to the point where, you know, local businesses are taking a hit because the people that normally frequent, you know, these local places, they're not going because they're scared that, you know, these entities will harass them. Like, it's crazy. So I don't know, but tell me if y'all have heard what we're going through. You know, tell me if you actually live in Memphis and if you see the same thing. Like, tell me your perspective, because I want to hear it. Because at this point, I feel like, you know, I'm open to any other answer but this, because it's not helping anybody. It's just, it's oppressing people.
I get it. I get it. Like, I've had unfavorable interactions with police in my lifetime. A few of them, 3 at least, and I had to shake them off because they could be emotionally frightening. You know, I had one instance where 4 different police cars pulled up on me at the same time. You know, got out, guns out, quickly got me out the car. Like, it was emotional afterwards, and I had to get over that. And as you can see, thinking about it, talking about it, sometimes that emotion still comes out. It's frightening, you know, and I understand exactly what that feels like. And I know he might not agree with this process, and the way they're doing things, but you know, sometimes in order to, you know, you're looking at a house that you've been, you know, given the task of remodeling it, but sometimes you walk in and you look around and you say, this is a lot of work. It's going to be easier just to tear everything down and start from zero. you know, and I hope that's what they're doing. Again, I hope this is not the first and only step to this. You got to put things in place to help the city. You can't just come in and arrest a bunch of people and leave and think that's going to do something for the city. It's not.
When the sis in Memphis says she's grateful because the last 2 weeks it's been quiet, it's been peaceful, her kids have been able to play, and y'all have a problem with that, it's becoming real clear who the enemy is. When you put your politics above the safety of black women and black children, you have completely lost the plot. And the mayor of Memphis is a black man. He's been in office since January 2024. He's had a year and 9 or 10 months to do what Trump did in 2 weeks. One brother from Memphis said they rounded up 16 convicted murderers. Like, what? And how often do black women say, part of the reason we're not soft, we're not feminine, is because we always have to have our guard up. We don't feel secure. We don't feel safe. And here's this black woman saying for this 2 weeks, she and her children have been able to function in peace. And y'all are mad at her. Y'all are the enemy. Y'all are the enemy.
So I'm seeing a lot of people say that since the Memphis Safe Task Force has been here and now the National Guard is here, that they haven't seen as many people driving crazy, they haven't seen as many shootings, murders, yada, 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 yada. And whatever, I can't tell people what they're seeing and not seeing, but I want you to think about this for a hot second. Remember when you was a kid and you got caught cussing the first time? You know, some of us got our mouths washed out, some of us got whoopings, some of us got timeouts, some of us got grounded. But regardless, all of us got punished the first time our parents really caught us cussing like that. You know what I mean? And of course, after being punished, a lot of us didn't cuss around our parents anymore until we felt comfortable enough to do that again, which usually was somewhere around your late teens. So, see where I'm going with that. Just because a punishment is imminent and just because we have this over-policing does not mean that crime is going to go down once they leave. Like, yeah, sure, maybe there is less crime because of the presence here. Maybe people are driving a little bit better. But once the Memphis Safe Task Force isn't a thing anymore and once the National Guard leaves, do you really think shit is going to change? See, a lot of y'all forgot that over-policing does not equal safer neighborhoods because you've never lived in an over-policed area. You've always lived somewhere where, at the very least, you weren't afraid of the police. So, a lot of y'all don't understand that, like, over-policing doesn't work. So, yeah, whoop-de-doo. You got some people to act right for the time being. But you know what really changes people's behaviors and minds and hearts is a city actually giving a damn about them and a state government giving a damn about them. Not the National Guard coming in and the fear of either going to jail or having your car impounded or whatever. All right? So if y'all can't see that, then fuck it. I did my best.
Yeah, he said something, what I've been saying throughout this whole video. You know, this can't be it. You have to bring more. You have to do more. Have they spoken of the plan? What to do next? Have they told anybody? Like, what did they do in DC? Did they just pick up and leave? You know, what did they do in Chicago? Did they just pick up and leave? Like, somebody tell me something, because this can't be it. This can't be it.
Ever since 12 and Trump done came to Memphis, I ain't heard no gunshots at night. Like, none, no switches going off, no ARP, no, bro, not even no just practice shooting in the bushes. Don't need to do that no more. Like, I don't know, hey, I guess they be getting strapped up. What's happening? You don't hear no, and we walk them down, and we, you don't see none of that, hear none of that outside no more. You can't, hey. They putting shit up. All these motherfuckers going to 201 Poplar. I know 201 Poplar deep as fuck. They getting the traffic tickets too. You going to jail for traffic violations now. Get your ass up in that, what? They getting everybody up in that motherfucker. Hey, switch, fed time. Jail, what? anything. Jail, what? You breathe in jail? What the fuck you talking about? They getting everybody at, nigga. They coming in your house. They coming in your house and they breaking your motherfucking, I don't know which amendment is. I think it's the third or fourth or one of them. Breaking that motherfucker. They getting in that motherfucker, raiding your shit. Taking it. You know, fuck a warrant. We gonna get that.
You gonna make me have to bleep all them N-words out. But man, this is like, that's probably a great feeling. To, you know, always hear gunshots and then don't. You know, you have to be sleeping better because of it. And I'm sure for, you know, the people that have had tough nights of sleep and hard to sleep and never feeling safe and always watching their back, I'm sure they're happy right now. They are happy right now. At least they should be.
Happy Friday, you guys. You know the National Guard is here in Memphis, right? But my thing is, why aren't they all in the so-called crime area, drug areas, you know, just instead of pulling people over for going like 1 mile or 2 miles over the speed limit. But then yet, Elon Musk got a big business going on here, you know, in Memphis. So you guys, you got to keep your eyes open because it's not all about the crime and stuff. They are coming here. They here for a reason, trying to continue to take people property and for their own gain. You guys just be careful and be safe out there and keep your eyes open what the real issues going on because they really not in the crime areas, you know. And how is it that I go to the police station right there off of Rains and the police door was open. You couldn't go into the entrance, man, it was locked. You couldn't go into the entrance, police entrance. So me and my son happened to go around to the front. Police door is locked. I'm like, what's going on? The police station door is locked. Supposed to be open. I seen somebody sitting in the office just sitting there. You think they came open the door? No. So I went and walked around, back around, and I asked a police officer that was sitting out there. I said, why is the door locked to get inside the police station? He go, well, and so no, I said, is it open? He said, yeah, it should be open 24/7. But it wasn't. He said, well, I'm going to go in there and let someone know that you guys trying to enter. It was me, my son, and some more people sitting out there. But then, it's funny, but it's not funny. Here you're trying to handle, you know, some info inside the police station, but the door and stuff is locked and you can't get in there. And thank God that it wasn't no emergency for me, but you know, hey, I'm just saying. But then they got the National Guard and all those troopers, you know, the FBI's and all of that stuff here, you know, in Memphis. But the thing is, again, someone that just got robbed, you know, the other day, or I think it was yesterday, they're on Avenue Press over there. But why they over there arresting over there? Why they over there harassing innocent people? I'm telling you guys, it's bigger than what Trump and his minions and said, yeah, the crime and stuff is high in Memphis, just like in a lot of other places. Why didn't they send the National Guard there to Utah? Hello, world.
Is it a bigger picture that the government has that they're not telling us? I can't speak on that. It could be, it could not be. Her whole situation about her trying to get into the police station and it's locked, that's some BS. Okay, that's foul right there. But them being in traffic, I can speak on that. A lot of times people with warrants, that's how they are caught, through traffic stops. You're not going to always catch a person on a warrant out committing a crime. You know, it's not going to always happen like that. So, you know, you got to pull people over because that's where people with warrants, a lot of them get caught from a traffic stop and then run in their name and say, oh, you got a warrant, step out the car and put your hands behind your back. That's how it happens most of the time, a lot of the times. But let's go.
I've noticed the streets of Memphis have been pretty dead since the National Guard has been here. I've seen videos of people, you know, who drive home from work at night and they're talking about how the freeway is absolutely dead. I mean, there's hardly almost maybe 5-10 cars tops.
Mm.
When they come home from work, they say, wow, I've never seen the freeway like this. And it's like, yeah, because all the nut jobs and weirdos decided to stay home because they don't want the smoke with the National Guard. And listen, some people still have major disagreements with the National Guard being here. And that's fine and all. But then my question is this: what's the alternative? What's the alternative? Because it seems like it really comes off. I'm not saying everybody that is thinking this way, but it just really seems like some people were just rather nothing be done at all. They just rather nothing be done at all. The MPD's been shorthanded for God knows how long. I mean, it has been a very long time since the MPD has been very shorthanded. They can't get people to, enough people, to, be a police officer so they could actually combat a lot of shit that is going on in the city, but they just can't. So Trump comes along and says, you know what, in these violent cities that have very bad crime problems, we're just going to have the National Guard come in to help slow things down in those cities as it pertains to crime. And some of the biggest people that have the major issues with this usually are the ones who partake in the foolishness that are going on in these cities. There are people who have genuine concerns, and then there's others who just want nothing to be done because they love the foolishness, they love the chaos, and they love the fuckery. I don't. I've had my car broken into. I've had my car stolen too. That shit is not fun at all. It's not. There are people in the city who've been held at gunpoint. There are old ladies who have their purses snatched. All types of shit, right? But there's some people who just think, oh, it's not really that bad, blah, 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 blah. Stop. With someone like me, I can't even get mad at the National Guard being here because at the end of the day, something being done is better than nothing being done for decades.
This is tough, man. I don't know the proper way to handle it. I don't. A lot of times people say, well, if you don't like what's going on, what do you suggest? It's not my job. It's not my job. The people of Memphis has, elected officials that it is their job to figure this stuff out. And they haven't been figuring it out for decades. Anybody who has, had, offices, government office in Memphis, elected government office, hasn't done the job. So the president says, okay, we gave y'all, or y'all have had umpteenth years to get this under control, and you haven't done the job. So here's what we're going to do. They made this decision. Like I said, you can't, if you are mad at the president for doing this, signing this order, you have to be mad at the people who've allowed this crime to increase year after year and haven't done anything. Is this the right decision to make? Was this the right way to handle this? I don't know. I don't know. Only time will tell on this. Only time will tell. Some people are frightened by it. I'm talking law-abiding citizens are frightened by it, as we saw in one clip in this video. And I can't blame them for that. But then you have others who are happy and not afraid. And I can see that side of it. I can understand that side of it. At the end of the day, some people are going to agree with this method. Some people are going to disagree. But it really doesn't matter. It's happening. And the people of Memphis are dealing with it. I just pray and pray that, the the Memphis city, the citizens of Memphis can come together and help make change. Like I think somebody said in here, if programs can be put in place to help kids and help the streets get safer, that'll be great. But they need people who live there to head these programs. If you don't have anybody to head the program, it's not gonna happen. It's not. And nobody is gonna listen to people who aren't from Memphis, who don't live in Memphis, as the head of some program to help Memphis. You know what I mean? It'd be best if we could get, or if they could get somebody from the community, somebody from Memphis to head these programs. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take the city, the citizens, to do their part as well. Yes, the government should also do their part, but the citizens need to do their part as well. It's going to take a group effort. You know, it's not just one group. You know, every group who's impacted by what goes on in Memphis has to do something. I appreciate y'all watching, man. Somebody requested for me to do a video on Memphis, and then when I started looking into it, I couldn't do that video without mentioning what's going on in the National Guard, with the National Guard being there right now. So let me know what you feel about this video. Give me your thoughts down in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you are new here. I'll see you in the next one.